Gear Force?
When I say, who's the master? You say, no, no.
What is up, guys? Showed up the King here. It's a wonderful day, guys. I gotta tell you, I'm like through the roof right now. We got an awesome Bleach episode. We got a brand new Naruto part 3 episode chapter, and then now we have another awesome One Piece review coming your way. Gear forward. Without further ado, let's just jump into this thing. So, Luffy's still fighting Don Flamingo, and I gotta admit, I was a little nervous because we've seen before where in Bleach was the main culprit, where they were finally going to reveal Ichigo's newest Shikai. They're going to show his double swords. They basically dragged out the entire chapter, and I don't even think at the very end of it you really got a true reveal. They actually skipped the week after that. They basically just dragged it out. It pissed me off. I thought we were going to get something like that, and it was a little scary at first because when the chapter started, they were kind of just doing like showing where everybody else was going on in the actual Dressrosa. They were just trying to show what was going on with all the other crew. And it was like page after page and page after this. I'm just like, oh my God, you guys are killing me. I don't give a fuck about any of these guys right now. Not that I don't care about them, but right now, all I want to see is Gear 4. So get to that shit. And when they did, boy, did they do it well. I was so proud. I was so proud of the way that they revealed Gear 4. Just the mechanics behind it. Now, I will say, I kind of had a Don Flamingo moment because when I saw Luffy finish his transformation, I was a little underwhelmed. I kind of looked at it at first, kind of like he did. So he was just like, okay, so you just blew yourself up like a balloon, which is essentially what it looked like he did. It didn't look like he did anything special. Like I kind of had a prediction on how it was going to go, and I was hoping that it wouldn't go around where he essentially just made his entire body like a giant. Like that's what I didn't want to see because I was just like, Luffy is a giant. No one really wants to see that, but he kind of did like a mixture of both. Like, so what he did was he bit into his arm, and as he was biting into his arm, he was using his armament hockey to cover his skin, and he did a big inhale and exhale into his own body, which contorted the way his body works, and it blew him up, but not like a giant balloon. It kind of turned him into like a mixture between this Franken Luffy from the Thriller Bark arc, and because you can kind of tell in his face, it kind of looked like the Franken Luffy, but at the same time, he still had armament hockey on his arms, and it looks like the armament hockey came around his shoulders to form like some sort of crazy ass tattoo. It was actually kind of badass. And then at the bottom of his feet, it also looked like the bottom of his feet had armament hockey as well. And then the rest of his body was kind of blown up, but not like a balloon, but kind of like a muscular balloon. So, like I said, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, okay, it wasn't exactly what I would expect. I thought I was looking for something more. I thought his whole body would be covered in armor and hockey and he'd be kind of muscular, but I was cool with this. But it wasn't until he attacked where you realized that Luffy was not fucking around. His first attack was Kong Gun, and literally he basically pressurized his arm into his body and used the pressure to hit Doflamingo literally across the entire city, fucked his shit up, and it was amazing. And even Don Flamingo said himself that what was going on because of this. It seems like Luffy had been able to triple the damage that he can deliver, and he was already delivering hard ass punches. So he tripled the damage that he was able to do, and especially with Don Flamingo and the state of injury that he's in, that had to have really hurt. So that was just one huge thing that happened to him. Then Luffy also gained the ability to fucking fly. So I guess he's using the elasticity in his body to be able to float and fly and hover. And he's using his feet to create jet waves that's basically flying him across Dressrosa. So he's had his arms flung out like a bird, and then at the same time, he's using his feet as like jet propulsion. Now, we don't know if it's more of a glide at this point or if he can actually fly around like a jet pilot. If he can, then that shit is just a whole nother game changer. The other move that we see him use is kind of like an anaconda attack, where before we would always see Luffy, if he did a jet pistol, it would be a straight punch. He never really had the ability to use curvature to like direct where his attack is going. So if he missed, he always would have to retract his punch back in order to do it again. But not in this situation. It looks like he called this attack the Cobra attack, where it literally, because Doflamingo was being so fast, he was able to move from point to point to make sure that his attack actually hit, which again was spectacular in and of itself. So Luffy knocks Doflamingo across the city, flies after him, and then hits him again with his feet to send him flying even further with another massive attack. It was just amazing. Like from where my expectations were to what we got, it was just like leaps and bounds, man. It was fucking amazing. Like, oh, you did your thing. I have no complaints. Everything was amazing. I can't. I don't even. I'm at a loss for words right now as just how awesome Gear Force was. Like to triple the damage, Luffy's elasticity, and then again, it's not even just an attack power boost that he got. His armament hockey is actually still rubber, so it's not like a hard metallic material. So even when Doflamingo hits him with his armament hockey, expecting to do damage, it doesn't even do damage because Luffy has somehow managed to make his armament hockey the same elasticity of his body. And we already know a rubber man really couldn't take damage in the first place because he was rubber, so physical attacks don't work. So now what Luffy has done is even if someone attacks him with armament hockey, if it's a physical attack, it doesn't even do damage. Do you even understand what kind of game changer that is? Guys, it's a great chapter. 5 out of 5. I don't have anything else to say. Just let me know what you thought about the chapter. Comment in the section below. Thumbs up the video if you are so enthralled and so excited about Gear Force. This is Showed Off the King. Have a great day.